All right, we're back with another concrete video here. We got rebar in. I messed up and I got 3/8 inch rebar instead of half. So we did 3 runs of rebar instead of 2. And then I had this rebar mesh grid stuff laying around at home. You can hardly even see it. I had the rebar mesh grid laying around. I had 1 piece of extra stuff there, so we'll use that there. I gotta get my leaf blower yet and blow all the leaves out of the forms here. We're gonna be running up against the set of paver steps there. And then we'll put a nice curve on there. Up into the porch. We got everything doweled into the porch. We're gonna be stamping it. I got my texture skins here. These are 5x5 skins. You just overlap them. I'll show you that whole process. We got our tamper, our clear release for spraying on the stamps before we use them. And these little strips are pretty cool. They're textured so that when you run your grooves into your sidewalk before you stamp, you can put these strips in your grooves, and then when you stamp over top of the grooves, it doesn't close your grooves shut. And again, I'll show you how all that works when we get to the stamping portion. Concrete should be here in about 20 minutes. Then we'll get rolling. All right, it's finally time to pour here. If you see me placing the concrete with a garden rake, it's because I either lost my concrete rake or else it was stolen at some point. Here near the end, he was trying to make as small of a washout pile as possible, so he simply went up on top and shoved more concrete down the chute, and then we raked it out at the bottom, just so we got as little bit of overflow as possible. He was a great driver, willing to go the extra mile. All right, we're all poured. Now I just gotta wait, hit it with the trowel in a little bit. I'll float it in a little bit before we stamp. He's still back there washing up in the back. This is our house where we live, so it's I got free reign to tell him where to wash out. I don't know if it showed up on the video, but he just washed out a little pile there in the flower bed. So anyway, now we wait. All right, first off, I want to apologize if there's a lot of wind noise. The wind's really picked up here. And I also want to apologize for not getting the stamping process on camera. Let me video the other way, that way my shadow's not in the way. This all went very well. I am impressed with how it turned out. This way the sunlight catches all the detailing there. This is not stained concrete. I did not add any color in the truck. So this is gonna bleach significantly as it cures. If it gets too light, we'll just add some sort of topical stain. For now, it looks really nice. I wasn't sure, this was the first time ever doing stamped concrete by myself. I've done it 1 time before with professional concreters helping me out here. And this was my first time doing it by myself. This inside radius, that inside radius there got horrible. The radius is almost too tight for the edging trowel that I have. If your corner's too tight, the trowel really wants to dig in there. So I'm hoping that corner, doesn't crumble after a while, but I did the best I could under the circumstances. I couldn't really change the angle of the form after it was poured. I thought I was good. It probably should have been a little bit more of a relaxed angle there in the corner. But anyway, you simply use this tamper. You lay down the stamps. I actually have another stamp job tomorrow that I might be able to set up and get some video of how this stamping works. I rinsed these off here. Anyway, this is basically just a clear release that you spray on the stamps to keep the concrete from sticking to it. Got all my tools cleaned off. So there we go. This is about 24 feet long and about 4.5 feet wide. It was exactly 1.5 yards of concrete. So total, this job billed right around $2,000. That includes the excavating. There was no sidewalk here previously. That includes the excavating, the stone, the labor to form, the rebar, the concrete, the stamp rental. That's it. That's everything there. If you have any questions about how this works, hopefully this video will post yet tonight. And then hopefully you guys will have time to ask any questions or curiosities that you have, and maybe I can answer some of those questions when I stamp. Then tomorrow I can address them in the video. So if you have any questions about how the stamping process works or anything about how this concrete works in general, let me know. And I am not an expert by any means. I've done a lot more concrete this summer than what I normally do, but most of it's been under the tutelage of professional concreters and masons. So yeah, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer. You can see here, I don't know if you remember from before, I had these yellow strips. Once you groove the concrete, you can lay these strips in there, and when you stamp, it gives the control cracks a stamp texture as well. And here you can see this is actually not great. That should have been closed up a little more there, but that's fine. This is just at my house, so it's all right for here. And it's the first time I stamp by myself, so I'm happy. There, I probably should have stamped a little bit harder. Right there, whatever. This is all gonna get mulch. The flower bed is gonna continue. We just moved here this spring, so nothing looks real pretty yet, but the flower bed's gonna continue along here, and then we'll stop it right there. There's gonna eventually be a rose arbor that goes across the sidewalk here. So anyway, you can see how the crack itself has texture. If we go down here, you can see this crack again is textured just like the sidewalk, so that helps the cracks not close in when you stamp on top. It helps not to squeeze concrete into those cracks, so it keeps them open and it keeps them looking pretty. Anyway, that's it. Obviously, if you've enjoyed the video, if you've stuck around to this point, you know what to do. I can always use the extra engagement, so any likes or subscribes or comments even can raise engagement. My YouTube channel has not become a moneymaker for me yet, but I wouldn't mind getting it to that point. So if you guys can help me out, that'd be great. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.